talk's been quiet, too quiet. But when smoke rises, Cosmos brings the fire. GWP, yeah, we rise from the block. Guys with powers on the move, time to put smoke on lock. He running drugs, running guns, think he can't be stopped. We the mega hero squad and we taking that shot. GWP, yeah, the city gon' see. When Cosmos calls the plate, that's a whole new league. New York in the business, but we fight as a team. Guys with powers, baby, welcome to the regime. Cosmos in the sky, that's hell on the lead. Cosmic energy crackling like a star going free. He the brain, he the plan, he the calm in the heat. When the city's on the line, he the one you wanna meet. Jazz, take the sellers, yeah, she burning like a nova. Radioactive girl, turn the block into a supernova. She flying through the night with that isotope glow. If you dealing in the shadows, she gon' let that fire flow. Low phase in the cut, tear shifting through the planes. Multi-dimensional mind, chaos energy in his veins. Weapons disappear, nah, they ain't coming back. He drop them in the void like a one-way track. Dominico on the bias, yeah, he built like a tank. Skin tough like amber, strength heavy like a bank. You can shoot, you can swing, you can pray, you can run, but he's standing in the doorway like I'm not the one. Then the twins hit the scene, Trey and Shamika. Turbo twins moving fast like a double feature. 5 feet apart, nah, that's when they lose it. But side by side, they unstoppable bruisers. Flip, kick, combo, 2-person flow. Second gen heroes with a legacy to show. Buyers, sellers, villains, everybody getting checked. When the walkers hit the block, that's respect. Yeah, we rise from the block. Guys with powers on the move, time to put smoke on lock. He running drugs, running guns, think he can't be stopped. But we the mega hero squad and we taking that shot. GW, yeah, the city gon' see. When Cosmos calls the play, that's a whole new league. New York in the palace, but we fight as a team. Guys with powers, baby, welcome to the regime.
So you saw that and you heard that. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Guys with Powers Kickstarter launch stream. I'm Jerome Hinds here from the Madness Entertainment Group, and we have the man behind the GWP concept, Dan Sehn.
How you doing?
Okay, now before we get started, I'll set the mood with the backing track. The tune that we just heard on the intro is a tune that me and Dan came up with between us. And I've got the instrumental here, just playing in the background. Dan, is that too loud? I've got a habit of playing my music too loud.
No, I think that seems like a good volume here.
That's all right? Okay, good.
Yeah, just your basic
All right,
background.
nice one. Okay, so what we do is, I don't want to run out of time. I'm going to be drawing the main man. Right, I'm going to be, during this launch, it's going to launch at 12:30, so about 30 minutes from now. So while we're on, I'm going to sketch a picture of the main man, Cosmos. And during that time, we'll just have some banter and we'll go through the concept and see what's in store for the readers out there. So I'm going to remove myself. Okay, I'll show you the beginning. Right, I'm going to start, it's customary. I believe in the process of starting with a skeleton, right? So the main guy from Guys with Powers, the leader, is a guy called Cosmos. And I'm going to draw him. He's got like powers in his fist. So I always say to people, the most important bone in the body is the spine. And then next to that is the hips and the shoulders. So once we get some intention happening with these parts of the limbs, I think you're in good stand. Now here, we're gonna have one leg coming forward. And there's an ulterior motive as well, ladies and gentlemen, for me doing it this way, because over the years of me working with Dan for ThunderZone, I've done a lot of drawings, and we've got a book coming out on the esteemed July the 4th. We'll be launching a book going out through Amazon called How to Draw Characters from ThunderZone. And in that book, you'll have lots of exercises to go through where I use this methodology. We start with a skeleton. So I'm going to do this. So you see where I am here. And I'm now going to share screen. So I'm going to stop sharing screen. We can go back to Dan. We'll come back and check on my progress in a moment.
I was going to say, on your drawing there, when you started with the spine, the shoulder blades, and the hip, that's how I always remember in Wizard magazine with Bart Sears, Brutes and Babes, he would say you're starting the body off with like a pillow or a sack of something. So he would draw that same thing you just drew, but I guess
really?
Kind of making sidelines to kind of make it like I said, a pillow or a sack of potatoes or something, I guess. So yeah, it would be that same, the vertical line, the two horizontal lines, and I guess he would just put two lines in to connect those to make it like on the sides, to make it like a sack or a pillow. And that's how he would twist the top line, twist the bottom line to kind of show, I guess, the posing that you're doing with the spine.
Oh, right. I picked up some of this methodology from How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the joints and that kind of stuff. But I didn't know Bart Sears went through a similar kind of process with just a slight change to it.
Yeah, he had Brutes and Babes was the name of his column, and it's been collected in Kickstarter editions. But yeah, Brutes and Babes was his how to draw. I mean, in the later issues of Wizard, they brought in different artists beyond, like it kind of started with him. And then later on, it was like, Greg Capullo or Kevin McGuire, Adam Hughes, a lot of great artists they cycled in.
Right.
Just to teach these lessons here and there. Like Kevin McGuire had expression, so that he had like a chapter on expressions.
Nice. So was that in Wizard in the 90s?
Yeah, that was the 90s Wizard magazine. Still all in my garage.
I think I remember some of that, actually.
All the copies are in my garage. I just have to organize everything.
Oh, you actually collected Wizard as well?
Oh, yeah. Have to get that.
Jeez. Okay, so anyway, I've done my skeleton, roughly speaking. So you can see the stance that we're going for with Cosmos. Okay, good. So I'm gonna remove this from the screen, and I'm gonna add a Kickstarter.
All right.
And good. So that's the Kickstarter there. And have you actually stated your goal yet?
No, we just, as with a lot of campaigns, because in the past I've mentioned that we kind of like invest in these books ourselves because we believe in them. So we're not investing in something we don't think other people should invest in. So in that respect, I just make a nominal type of goal. This doesn't really cover it, but I did complete the book. So in that respect, I just have the goal as 1,000. Just because, again, the book is complete. I want to get it out there. I want people to be able to get it.
The book is completed already, is it?
Yes. So
that's a great.
One of our ThunderZone rules, not to have an incomplete book where people are worried about when they're going to get it. We want to do quick fulfillment for everybody. We, 15 campaigns, we've always fulfilled in a timely manner. We want to keep that rolling. So yeah, book is complete. And Ron Williams did the art, Theo Pinheiro doing the colors, Francisco Zamora doing the lettering, and we had Ray McKay come in to do the dialogue. So I had written the story and had Ron draw it. Geo colored it, and then Ray came in providing the dialogue, and then I went to the lettering for Francisco Zamora, and thus we have that complete book ready to deliver to everybody's hot little hands.
Okay, Dan, I just want to touch back on part of your process that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So was it Raymond McKenzie? Is that the script writer?
Ray McKay.
Ray McKay, sorry.
Yeah.
Right, so what exactly did you hand to Ray? Was it like just a plot?
I handed to Ray the script that I had written for Ron. Okay? In that respect, you know, if a scene is more action based, where the actions are something that I have to get across, then there's no dialogue maybe on that page. If I have to make sure that Ron gets the expressions right from what they're saying, there is some dialogue that I write on those pages, but I don't really polish it up. So Ray was able to see all the art and colors completed. So he was able to see, you know, all the panels and how much room there is for lettering in each panel. And he's able to see my script, where again, between the action and the dialogue that I wrote, you get a sense of, you know, what's going on. And of course, you know, we have emails if he wants to, or messaging if he wants to me to clarify anything as he's going along in this process. So yeah, throughout all that, Ray was able to complete the script, and then we got it going to Francisco to do the lettering.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I'm the editor, so after he turned in the script, I might have, you know, made a few edits here and there based on what I had in mind for the characters.
right, so all the characters are actually created by you.
Yes, that's correct.
Right. So the characters are all your creation. Okay, excellent.
Let me see if I can...
Is there any major influence that made you come up with Guys with Powers?
Well, I had I think I mentioned it last week, the Dominican background, which I'm being half Dominican, and I didn't have a Dominican character, so I actually had designed Dominico first, I believe.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, and you know, I guess at the time of my birth, the Dominican family was in Queens, and this book takes place in Brooklyn. But you know, that general area, I've, you know, always had family there my whole life, and friends there. So it just seemed like I've seen Manhattan depicted a lot in comics.
Yes.
I mean, Spider-Man's from Queens. I don't know how many of those writers are actually from, you know, New York and Queens and Brooklyn. So
yeah.
I just wanted to kind of put out a book that infused that element in a book. And as you can see today, you know, I'm not here to upset anyone, you know, wearing a Met hat. Because I usually, you know, I'm not even that gigantic sports fans, but the Knicks did win. I don't have a Knicks hat, but it's the same color, blue and orange. And hopefully we don't have any opposing teams tuning out right now. But I said, let me represent a little bit this whole New York thing with the Knicks winning. I had an uncle actually who worked in Shea Stadium where the Mets played, and used to go see the Mets every once in a while. So the Yankees as well. My cousin had season tickets for that. But at any rate, like I said, I had to kind of like bring out a book that kind of represented that a little more. And, you know, I mean, I have Impact International with heroes from every, different countries and everything like that. And I've always tried to...
Was that with Nigel Flood?
No, Impact International, I did a crossover. Issue 3 was a crossover with his Globalist.
Ah, that's right. Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
But, yeah, I just figured, a lot of the teams I have are all mixed in different ethnicities or whatever. And then same thing with this team. But, I just wanted to maybe throw the balance off a little bit from some of the other teams. So in that case, we have, just the one Caucasian and, Hispanic being Dominico, which I guess depending on which colorist is handling it, he may not get his background straight out. But
okay, now Dominico is the large character, a bit like Giant Man, correct?
He's not a giant.
Okay,
maybe that's
so not a giant, just a
that
very big guy,
particular
right?
cover may have thrown him into that respect. But I think if they pull up this other cover, and soon we'll be launching, and all the covers will be revealed. So at that point, you'll see that he's a bigger dude for the team, but not, he's not growing 10 feet tall or anything. He's probably like 6'5", maybe 6'6".
Right. Ah, okay. Okay, sorry, hold on, Dan. We've got one of our regulars here.
Oh, okay.
Hey, guys, it's Kerry.
Ah.
Okay, hang on. We'll come back to the second, Dan, right? What you say? Okay, she's back. She's back. She says, this is how you show, Jerome. Yes, Dan, she's been scolding me for not selling my work, hard selling enough. So obviously what you're doing here, you're teaching me a lesson on how to show.
Yeah, well, once we launch in 8 minutes, then the shilling will really begin.
Well, actually, hold on, Dan. Let me just remove your screen for one moment.
Yep.
Right, I'm going to add my screen. And Kerry, who we've got here, this is her.
Oh.
You see, okay, her pen name is Shadow.
Okay.
And you see here, well done, Kerry. This is very, very well done. You should be proud of this. This is her Radioactive Girl.
That is great.
It's nice, right?
Really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. And for any of you who've tuned in to Madness Entertainment Group, when I'm around, basically, I often do a show, again tonight, every Friday night at 1 a.m., correct? Sorry, every Saturday morning at 1 a.m., which is Friday night, I do Late Night Art Attack with Raoul Missiu. And he did this a couple of weeks ago. The guy I'm drawing now, this is Cosmos from Guys with Powers. And Raoul did this a few weeks ago, which was really, really nice. So
that was
it's coming out.
That was excellent.
Good stuff. Yeah, so I have to let me move this, let me put this back. So, got 7 minutes until launch, yeah?
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay. So actually, I've just got to a stage in my construction. Let me just show you where I am. Okay, so you see here, we've got the fundamental fleshing out and the dimensions, which I always do in purple. And now I'm going to put in the trajectories. which I always do in orange. So I'll just put a couple of these, then I'll go back to you, right? So in the book that we've got coming out, you'll see that I always want to make sure that my students know the direction of different aspects of the anatomy. So here, for example, this leg is coming towards us. Cosmos leg is coming towards us. Then it hits the floor, and now it's kind of slightly going away from us. So that means that our camera is at a low angle. And someone that I've always liked with this is Gene Colan. He often has his camera very low. And you know that movie called Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Yes. Del Toro, the director, he said that the reason why the first part is so different to the second part was that he, as a director, he kept the camera quite low, which is a very powerful way of directing, especially when you're dealing with giants. But the sequel didn't follow that. That's why it doesn't seem as powerful.
Yeah, if you're not taking that worm's eye view, then
Yes.
that doesn't lend to the effect.
Yeah. So I'm just
Well,
going to put these
even so
contours
in
in.
the old Godzilla movies, they probably didn't do that as much as they did with newer Godzilla movies.
Yes. I noticed that Jim Starlin, one of my favorite comic artists, he often has the camera a little bit low. I always wondered why he did that, but yeah, he does. Okay, so there's my contours in. Sorry, because I teach people how to draw. It's very hard for me not to work through methodology because everything can turn into notes.
Well, yeah, these curved lines are showing people that you don't want to draw anything flat, like flat looking. Sometimes that'll be a critique that you'll see on someone's comic art. Like you're drawing, your art looks flat. So
Yes.
these curved lines are something to keep in mind, right? That will show that there's volume to the figures that you're drawing.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to remove this from the canvas. And let's put this back up.
And I better get to that launch page so that
Yeah. Okay.
we're ready for it when it occurs. Let me see how to do that now. I think if I go, now if I click that, I just get to this pre-launch page. So let me try to go to this. And this will take us, yep, that should take us to, okay. Let's click on this. I'm ready to launch. I know we have 3 minutes still, but let's get the screen prepared so that there's no more surprises. Ready to launch. They tell you some rules about launching. Yeah, so it says here 40-day campaign, $1,000. Funding is all or nothing. As anyone who's been familiar with Kickstarter may know, you have to reach the goal, which is again why I chose that nominal amount. It's not really what's going to cover the project, but it is, just we're trying to cover the print run and the shipping to you, and at least with that amount, we'll be able to do that. And let's see. Okay, so it just says launch project. So I guess we got a couple of minutes till that. We'll leave that screen there so we don't have any mishaps where we.
We had a lot of mishaps last week.
That's it. And you know what? After that, I talked to another creator, and they launched accidentally because they
Oh,
thought there would
man.
be a long review process.
Launched accidentally.
Yeah, he launched
Jesus.
accidentally. He was on Facebook asking people, "Is my project live? I think I launched accidentally." And they were like, "Yeah." But he's like, "There's supposed to be a review process or something." And just like I said, all my other campaigns, there was no reviews because, or maybe it was the first couple, and then they said, "Okay, this guy's just making comics, no big deal," and they automatically reviewed me or approved me in the past. All right.
Yes.
But yeah, he launched accidentally. The opposite problem. All right, here we go. We will launch the project. It's 12:30 Eastern right now. Congratulations, your project is live. All
It's
right.
not even in. God damn.
Now let the shilling begin.
Excellent. So actually, something that I'm doing now, right? Let me just quickly put my drawing up. Is Cosmos has he wears dark glasses, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And so what I'm actually doing here is I'm doing something called drawing through the object. I've drawn the eyes even though they're going to be covered. And I learned this from the editor of Judge Dredd. He showed me that even though Judge Dredd, you can't see his eyes, it was Brian Bolland back in those days, right? This was UK.
Yeah.
He said that, he would often still draw the face underneath to make sure the helmet sat right. And yeah, it was a really good piece of advice that he gave me.
Yeah,
So
no.
I thought I just quickly highlight that. But let's have a look. Remove, add this back. Okay, so it's like, oh, we've got 20 dollars already. That was quick.
Pledged. I should open another screen because I want to respect people's privacy and not if they don't want to be named. But I can open another screen and see.
Okay, Kerry says it's 5:30 in UK, and congrats on the launch. Okay,
well,
thank you, Kerry.
I appreciate that. Let's see.
Can you drop campaign link in chat? That's a good idea. I put it in.
It's in the show notes, or
No, I must confess, I'm possibly the world's worst producer. And let me find, I've got the campaign. Hold on over here. Hold on, yeah. Oops. I've got it up here somewhere. Okay, here we are. Let me refresh the screen because you've launched it already. Oh, yes, in Singapore dollars on my side. Okay, so let me copy the link. Now, do I put this in the private chat? Kerry, my assistant producer, is it private chat that I paste this in?
no, the private chat is just me and you.
Just me and you, right? So
Yeah.
where would I put this in the comments?
Comments, yeah.
Okay, let me try and put it in here. My
Let's see.
goodness, the link looks huge.
I can do it on my phone.
Okay, Kerry's asking you a question here, Dan.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a favorite character in your comic?
In this comic, well, I guess as I mentioned, I'm half Dominican, and we got the Dominican character, then I might go in that direction. But when I write a team book, I'm careful not to go out of balance with representing all the characters, giving them their moments to shine. So, in that respect, I think the book maintains a balance. But yeah, I like Dominico, and I heard you on another show where you mentioned that I have blue eyes, and in actuality, that is from the Dominican side of the family. So go figure.
Right.
Your Hispanic is not normally blue-eyed, but grandparents coming from Spain before going to the Dominican Republic, Spain is basically Europe. Okay, so when you're from Spain and it's just European, there are blue-eyed, fair-skinned people in Spain.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, combining my blue eyes with my lack of ability to habla, and I'm not, immediately identified as half Dominican, but that I am, and half Mediterranean, the island of Malta. Malta in the Mediterranean Sea near Italy and Sicily. So.
Well, I went to Malta many years ago, actually.
Oh, there you go. That's
very
something.
nice place.
Yeah, they filmed Popeye with Robin Williams over there.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, Malta doesn't make the news much. It's a smaller island, so.
Yeah.
But
I remember I was over there. I was driving those little Jeep things, and when you get to what's called a roundabout, right, you're supposed to give way to the traffic coming from your immediate right. They drive on the left, like we do in the UK, not on the right. And then I quickly learned that there was no rules. The biggest vehicle had the right of way.
Ah, okay. That's one way to do it.
Yeah, but really nice place.
Yeah, well,
Actually, I used to play. You talk about Dominican Republic, right? It's kind of like Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know that Caribbean music, steel band, the oil drums, the steel drums. But that's why I went to Malta. My steel band, we were hired to go and play at a Maltese music festival.
Oh, wow.
That's why I was there.
Hmm.
It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, sometimes I get notifications of Malta Comic-Con. I say, should I get down there to Malta Comic-Con? I'm in a Facebook group about that.
I did not know that they had a Comic-Con.
Yeah. So sometimes I think to myself, I have a couple Maltese characters, but unlike, I used to exhibit at New York Comic-Con when I lived in New York, and I would probably have the only Maltese character in the whole place. If I go to Malta Comic-Con, there might be a lot of people with Maltese superheroes, right?
Yeah.
Captain Malta will be at the table next to me. Who knows? The Cross of Malta, that'll be another comic across the aisle from me. It'd be like, well, that's no big deal. You get a Maltese character. We all have Maltese characters. The only Comic-Con where there's all these Maltese characters. I should probably show the other covers, I guess.
Yeah, go on then.
Debut them here. Never seen them.
Kerry's lurking. She's the old Jerome. I think she's scoffing at my terrible skills of sharing links. Thanks for messaging me.
Yeah.
We'll do some fun out to celebrate launch. Which one is in Dominico? Yeah, I sent her the link on the private chat. Alternate cover here. Yeah, okay, nice one.
Well, that one we had on the pre-launch.
Look at this.
This is Alexander Nascimento of Brazil. And yeah, I think he did a great job of, describing the personalities and everything to him.
Yes.
And I think he did a great job in showing their personalities. And we talked a little bit in the past about how PHAZE is a bit manic. So you can see he's got that kind of exasperated expression.
Okay.
And yeah, but here, okay, so that, again, colors by Tio Pinheiro. This one we had on the pre-launch, but here we're debuting this cover by Sean Hill.
Oh, right. I've not seen this before.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. The Worm's Eye view we were talking about.
Exactly. He must be a Gene Colan fan as well.
That is nice, man. That is a nice cover.
Yeah, he's been doing some phenomenal work. I think he's done work now for the Big Two as well. So I had gotten this a little while ago, and again, had it colored up by Tio, who did a fantastic job with it. And yeah, I really like you said, that angle.
Yeah.
Did a great job with Radioactive Girl, as did Kerry, I'll have to say, from a different angle. And we have another one. This is a Dominico cover by Ray Orbino.
Now, he's definitely got some Bart Sears influences there.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ray, I knew from the convention scene, and just a phenomenal artist. Had him do a number of pinups in the past, and just thought, again, breaking out with my own Dominican hero as a half Dominican, I said, let me get Ray to do a solo cover for him. And as I had mentioned in the past, one cover made it kind of look like he was holding something green or whatever. It was just a design element that I did where the palms were colored green, just to kind of balance out the little green emblems, the leaves for the Dominican flag that are on his chest.
Right.
Yeah, the chest symbol you can see is pretty much the Dominican flag, but then I made the whole costume kind of mirror that as well.
I didn't know what the Dominican flag was like before I saw this,
Yeah, I guess it's not, I mean, just like the flag of Malta. When are you going to run across that, except if you're hired to do a musical gig in Malta? Most people aren't going to come across a Maltese flag. And then now you got this Dominican flag. But let's see. And then we have this cover, which is not an actual cover. It's just an example to show you that we will put your character on the cover with one or two GWP members as a special limited indie superhero cover. So you get your character in print. You get 2 copies, I guess, one to bag and one to read, and you get your character immortalized in the indieverse.
Nice. Nice.
And in the inside, inside of the book will be as with all the variant covers, you'll have the same story, but these are just, special covers that we're making available to everybody. You can buy the cover even if your character is not on it. So you can back to have your character on it, and that's limited to just, I think we only have 5 spots. So once those are gone, those are gone. I mean, you've drawn those covers, right? ThunderZone came out of one of those covers because we had, what was that? Was that the Supercross Defenders of Europe campaign where we had Matryoshka from the
that's right.
Defenders of Europe.
The Citizen, I think.
Huh?
I think Citizen was on. Oh, there's been so many covers, I'm getting confused. I think Citizen was there.
Yeah.
Variato.
Yeah, but it was.
They're all in the art book.
Yeah, and then we had backer characters that got on that cover.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And you had made them individually, so people got an individual piece from that one.
Yes.
I'm
just going to quickly share screen, Dan.
Okay.
I'm there to some degree with the basic sketch. Then I will render it, and let's say we have a result. So here is, one second, let me just remove this. Okay.
Yeah, I'm liking it. It looks great. I like that you put some detail in the sneakers because that's part of the New York culture there is the sneakers. And yeah, I'm guilty of having a few too many pairs myself because you just get hooked on getting the latest Jordans or something. And a matching hat. That's part of the thing. You gotta have the hat, matches the sneakers. And I think it's very dynamic. Showing some great emotion there. And that chest symbol isn't so easy. But you did a great job with that. Oh, are you muted? I don't hear you.
I obviously pressed the shortcut there. I have no idea there what the shortcut was.
I knew it.
Yes, I was going to share the screen when I was drawing that, to the way how I sketched that. Hang on a second. Carrie's back. What's he got here? Is Dominico character in white, blue, red costume? Yes.
Yes.
Big guy.
That is he.
That's cool cover. Love the angle. Yes, she's picked up on the angle as well. Question answered. Thanks. That's quite the package he has. He's at it again. I got criticized for not having enough of a package on my Goliath once before. It was carrying some other vagabond in here. Passing comment.
Yeah, there are some artists.
Lady comic nerds.
Yeah, that cover can be picked. If that's the one you like, then that's the cover that someone could pick. Yeah, there's also times in the art and in the colors where I'm going back to artist and colorist saying, I like it more realistic. Now, in that respect, I've never gone back to an artist and said, why is there no package? Because there are artists. There are artists who draw. That's how they draw the Ken doll eunuch type of thing, which, and we just accept it because it's kind of like that's just ingrained in our comic fandom, that there isn't necessarily a bulge or package on these characters. But if I had to, like, you know, specify, like if an artist said, should there or shouldn't there be, I would have to say that in real life there should be. So, you know, I guess the movies get away with it doing kind of like a cod piece or something. They always talk about.
Yes.
So, but yeah, to have all these eunuchs running around, that seems a little strange to me. So, but yeah, and you think, yeah, in spandex, you're probably gonna see something. But at any rate, Ray's cover is great, and
okay,
I think
let's go.
We'll see how popular that is. Maybe that's a popular item.
Jesus.
If that cover like triples the sale of any other cover, then you'll see me telling my next artist, you got more package. We need more package.
So we got
see how that
that's my big brother, Jeffrey. Hi, Jeff. Hi, big brother. He's joining the stream. He's joining to hear such debauched language.
There you go.
There you go. Men want boobs and bum. Ladies want package and bum. More women are getting into comics. Think. Okay.
Well, we're fulfilling that demand.
Okay, so I'm not going to endeavor to ink our man. And after that, I think we can let you go to bed, Dan. What time is it there? Oh, sorry, it's afternoon there, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting confused. It's me that's at night. It's normally the other way around, you see.
I'll go into the other levels, though, just real quick. So
Okay. Yeah, keep going, man.
Yeah, you can get all the covers, okay, and that'll include that custom cover, but that wouldn't have your character on it if you wanted that. And then we have all of our past ThunderZone releases.
Wow.
So now you can do an add-on for just like any issue you're missing. So you would specify in the survey, let's say you just need Nature Man #4 or Marshall Strong #2, Supercross #3, whatever one you're missing, you can just specify that book. You know, we're going to launch the How to Draw book on Amazon, but we have that initial comic book copy from the last campaign. And if you're kind of wondering what ThunderZone books there are, if you look on my profile here on Kickstarter and just go to my past campaigns, not the ones that are Argo Comics, that's a different line, but any one that is a ThunderZone campaign, you can see the past ThunderZone comics and order any of them in this campaign.
That's nice.
They're all kind of listed here, but then we just have our creative team of myself, artist Ron Williams, who did pencils and inks, Ray McKay, who I said did the dialogue. That's one comics we call Scripter. Chio Pinheiro, who did the colors, and Francisco, who did the letters. So you get to
Nice.
kind of read up these little bios of everybody if you get down that far on the page. But yeah, that pretty much is all the levels. Definitely, if anyone has questions after they review the campaign and I'm not sure about something, they could always message me on Kickstarter, and I can get back with an answer.
Nice. So how many tiers is that altogether?
Let's see. I'll do it this other way right over on the side here. So we got the digital tier, physical for the first cover, physical for the second cover, physical for the third cover, physical for the package cover, and then getting your character on the cover. That's 6. 7th tier is all the covers. 8th tier, whoops. 8th tier was the digital, all the books we've put out so far. That's 30 books altogether you'll get on digital. Oh no, I'm on the print one. Yeah, the digital, all the books we put out, 30 books, 30 ThunderZone books, 30 ThunderZone books printed. That's the final tier. But like I said, with the add-ons in the campaign, after you maybe you just want to pledge for one of these covers, and then you want one of the other ones, you can do one of the other ones as an add-on. So if you just have 2 covers you like, you could do that. Or you can get one of the covers, your favorite, and maybe you need 5 of the other ThunderZone books, or there's 10 of them that you're looking to check out. You could just pick the any back issue add-on and then multiply that by 5 or 10 or however many you want. And
nice.
Yeah, you can kind of tailor make your order to be anything you want out of ThunderZone Comics. And if there's any questions on what I want, is this cover and that cover plus Supercross #2. If it's, difficult for you to figure out how to do that, you can just message me and I'll kind of walk you through it.
Nice. You got some great covers there, man.
Yeah, I thought so as well. I mean, I always want a cover by the interior artist, just so no one thinks we're doing some type of bait and switch type thing. So this cover that we have on screen right now, Ron did the story. Ron did that main cover. And there's no reason to try to find a better cover artist than the story artist, because Ron is just an exceptional artist. I think that's one thing in ThunderZone that, being I won't say an artist myself, because I'm just writing and editing these days, but I drew Argo 5 #1, and I have my own eye on what I think is good comic art and what I don't appreciate. So I'll stand by the quality of the art that's coming out through ThunderZone, and the fact that I think, Ron is top notch. And I think that cover, stands up there with anything that's out on the stands.
Yeah.
I'm happy that he did the interiors as well. We have 2 more issues of this series. And I've been working, like I said, I kind of want things to flow smoothly when we put these things out. So those are pretty much, they're not lettered, those issues, but they're pretty much done, so that we'll be able to go right through.
You mentioned that Ron also did the inking?
Yes, he does his
What nice one.
His own inking, yeah.
Because I've met quite a few artists, right, that can't ink, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, inking is a bit a strange job, and just because a person's a good artist, it doesn't always mean they can ink. But you know, he certainly's got no problem, mate.
Yeah, I mean, these days, if I'm gonna have someone ink, they got to be a digital inker if they're just inking, because not everyone really has the large format printer and the bristle board that can run through it for them to print out something you send them to ink physically.
Yes.
I think in the past when I tried that, and again, I didn't know the inker, but I think he was just kind of printing it out on a regular printer. And in that respect, you're going to lose a lot of detail.
Yes.
Right? Because you can't, I mean, these things are drawn in a 10-inch by 15-inch space. And now if you're inking it so much smaller, a lot of that detail gets lost. So, yeah, it's one, if you're skilled enough at digital inking, then that becomes an option.
Yeah. Yes, I only got into digital inking as really convenience.
Yeah, I mean, things have come a long way in the past 10 years or whatever. Like I was telling you on another show, I have the Wacom that you draw on the screen and the line shows up on your monitor.
Yeah.
And then you're not even drawing directly on it. And it's a head trip that, you know, myself and others couldn't really get past. And now with the Cintiqs and everything like that, where you're drawing directly on the screen, that is where people can, you know, and just the tools that have come out.
Yeah.
What is this thing that I see you mention it on the Late Night Art Attack? The stabilizing.
Oh yeah. Yes. That was a major problem with some of the early stuff, man. You know, when you ink traditionally, your hand has got like a natural stabilization, but digitally, that's not really there. But yeah, they kind of remedied that. They've kind of changed it up.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times I'm doing edits for an artist to show them, you know, maybe something different that I wanted. And I'm still, you know, doing it with a mouse. And, you know, after 20 years of publishing, I guess I'm proficient enough at that. But sometimes I'm like, undo. I get the line right, undo. And
Yeah, man.
Sooner or later, because again, I haven't really been doing a lot of art, so I haven't invested in the Cintiq, but it is something, or I should probably even just try to use the have somewhere around here. I have a pen with that. So probably making edits on that would be easier, but there's not going to be any tools on that, like stabilization, or I don't even know, probably just one undo. Probably not multiple undos. You can't work in layers.
Yes.
On the iPad. So, yeah, I think about it. But I have a drafting table and a lot of bristle board. So if I ever find myself with the time, I think I'll try to use up some of that.
Yeah.
Bunch of Micron pens. Pentel pens. Every time I would see a new pen someone was using, I would go and order one of them. Like, what is this Sakura pen this guy's using? This brush pen. I gotta get one of those. I'm not gonna do anything with it, but I gotta get one.
Well, you know how people talk about late women going on shopping sprees and spending money uncontrollably, right?
Yeah.
When I would go to a stationery store, I used to get that kind of vibe. You see different pens, you want to try them out. That's easily done, man. At Bristol Board, I had so many different kinds of comic paper, all stocked piled up in my studio.
Oh.
I had a time of buying lots of Japanese art. The Japanese paper, to me, has a better texture than Bristol Board.
Okay.
Yeah, I started drawing a lot of my stuff on the Japanese paper.
I think Strathmore is the brand that
Yeah.
very popular over here. Now, do you have 11 by 17 or do you have like A3 and I know you work digitally.
We have to buy American paper. If we want like your dimensions, we have to buy the blue line. And what I started to do actually was there's a quality paper that you can buy called Melotex. That's just a standard kind of paper, but it's actually like Strathmore, and it's a fraction of the price.
Oh, okay.
So I used to buy Melotex and print my own blue line stuff on it and hand it to artists who I was getting to draw things for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I put some questions here because I went onto my phone just to check out. Carrie asked if I was in the Madness Facebook group, which I'm not sure, but I know I'm subscribed on YouTube, and I pop into different shows and sometimes comment. I've been on some of the Silverline shows and stuff like that, but the Facebook group itself, because I'm in a lot of groups. I'd have to go check. I'd have to go check that after the show.
Yeah, sorry, I'm doing a poor producer's job here. Let's have a look. Yeah, Kerry's been back.
Yep.
Hang on, let's have a look. We had that one already. Kerry strikes again. What we got here? I'm drawing fan art with the quote, "Back these nuts."
There you go. We've had a couple more pledges as well.
Oh, okay. When paid, I think I want the cover with cool visual angle. All right, nice. Nice. AI viewer stream. Oh, is that spam? Sometimes these things pop up.
What was that?
Is. This.
Oh.
AI viewers. I'm not
yeah,
sure
that's spam.
Spam, right?
Yep, they're trying to get you to check out that website, I guess.
Dana, are you in? Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, you just read that one. Manuscript.
Yeah, but I'm going to rotate to another cover here. This is the one she was talking about, I guess, with that extreme angle that she liked. The Sean Hill.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very, very nice. It might be because of the packages on display.
Well, no, the other one had the. Let me just look up. Sean Hill.
Carries the bad influence.
Just want to look up what Sean. Let me see here. Just want to, because I do look for his art. But I was trying to see his kind of his credits. Let's see. Oh, I guess X-Men seems like it says 2023 was signing his new X-Men collection at Fandom Comics. So,
Who's that?
Sean Hill.
All right.
Yeah, so we had done this before he did any X-Men work.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this cover that we have on screen right now. So yeah, but I knew that he had gone on to some bigger projects.
Nice.
I thought back then when I got the cover, I could tell that this is a guy who has some artistic chops, you know.
Mm. How did you find him?
Yeah, it must have been. Sometimes I'll come across artists on DeviantArt, if you ever go on that
Right.
website.
Okay.
But I believe Sean was through Facebook. So, Instagram, you'll also occasionally come across artists. But yeah, it really come through a variety of ways. I mean, look at Raul. We have a couple pinups, including his Cosmos.
Oh, yes.
Included in the series, and he's a contact from YouTube.
Yeah.
Even though we used to go to the same comic store, maybe not.
Oh, yeah, that's an amazing story, man.
Yeah, maybe not the same years, but we were at that same store.
It's a brilliant story, that, you know.
You saw the video I sent, right, with the signing. That was the store that he used to go to, and that I used to go to.
Man, that is so Jay and Silent Bob as well.
What was that?
That the vibe you got in that video is very Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, yeah,
it's so authentic.
Yeah, that was the store signing we were doing over there. That friend who I'm with, Johnny, he's the one who went to School of Visual Arts and had classes taught by Eisner and Gene Colan and, a bunch of different comic legends that taught there.
Well, that must have been cool.
Yeah, he was in Brooklyn. He was in Flatbush, Brooklyn. So, again, this comic takes place in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Bedford-Stuyvesant, which we just called Bed-Stuy. I had family from Greenpoint in Brooklyn. But, yeah, Bed-Stuy, again, it's a rougher area. I thought that would be a good place for a comic. And this is something that, again, maybe some writer in Ohio, not that you can't write a great story, but you're just going to kind of get what you get from TV and movies. And most of that's going to be Manhattan, I guess.
Yeah.
So I try to give an authenticity in these books.
Well, again, my knowledge of America is pretty limited. But when I was looking through, a lot of the artwork that you supplied me, to do the trailers and all that, I remember the very early days of Luke Cage. He lived above an old cinema. And I'm not sure where Luke Cage was set, but definitely GWP gave me some of those vibes that I had. It wasn't Manhattan. It was definitely a bit more streetwise.
I thought he was Harlem.
Harlem. That's right. He's set in Harlem, right?
I believe so.
Yes, I think you're right.
As a kid, I saw the Harlem Globetrotters a number of times.
Oh man,
With
they were. You know, I grew up in England, right? Well, we were amazed at those guys. Meadowlark Lemon and Curly.
Yep, Curly Neal, Meadowlark Lemon,
I
Keith
still
Osby.
remember their names.
Yeah, well, they were like, you know, a phenomenon. They were like in cartoons with Scooby-Doo and, you know.
Yeah, man.
They
I
were
used to
just
try to draw those characters, you know.
all over the place. But that organization actually started from some school, I don't know what city, Detroit maybe or something.
Right.
But the guy, the financier who decided to take him on tour, decided like, Harlem, there was a lot going on artistically there that he decided to slap that name on it rather than where they were actually from. And,
Where were they actually from?
like I said, I forget the, let me just, I guess, try to
I thought they're from Harlem.
No, this one. Let me just try to check that out. I think it was Abe Saperstein. Let me look it up. Yeah, the South Side of Chicago in 1926.
They were from Chicago.
Abe Saperstein says, I was right on that one.
What the hell?
Let's see. Abe Saperstein, the promoter who took over the team, later renamed them the New York Harlem Globetrotters to highlight their Black identity because Harlem was seen as the cultural center of Black America at the time. The name was marketing, not geography.
Ah, damn. What a piece of marketing, man. It definitely worked on us in the UK.
I have a Meadowlark Lemon jersey.
What?
No,
with his name on it, or he signed it?
No. Just like a replica, you know.
Right.
And I think on the back, instead of lemon, it says Meadowlark. But who knows? But I think there was a point to all this. Well, yeah. Well, we were saying Luke Cage. That's one of the few Marvel series I have from beginning to end. Is Luke Cage Hero from Hire, #1, all the way to the end of Power Man and Iron Fist.
Yeah, man.
So that was a excellent series. But in New York, like I said, being a lifelong New Yorker for up until 4 years ago, moving to Florida, my education is, I couldn't do a Florida comic yet, not with those 4 years of research. But let's say like Ireland or something, I'm not the guy to do that book. And we have Nigel Flood in the ThunderZone doing that book. Or Singapore, you're over there, the ins and outs. So for Supercross to be, set in Singapore, you're the right man for that job. Not that you have to be in the area that you're writing, but it just adds another level. Or, well, how long were you in England compared to Singapore?
Okay. I've been in Singapore for the last 30 years.
Okay.
So I spent about 32 years living in UK. I can't believe that half my life I've been here.
Half and half.
I don't know where the time has gone.
Yeah, there you go. So, again, with England, you'd still be able to, know the ins and outs of that and do an authentic thing, where I would have to, go to my research of watching many episodes of Benny Hill to be able to try to do a comic book set in England.
Man, Benny Hill.
For us,
He was the first person that I ever knew that got cancelled.
well, aside from the Beatles, he was the biggest American import from England.
Did you know, Dan, when he got cancelled in the UK,
Okay.
we thought he disappeared. We had no idea that he went over to the States and made it big.
Did he physically come over here?
I think he did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Have you seen, you've got the World Cup at the moment, the soccer World Cup, football, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you seen the viral videos of Brits who are falling in love with America?
No.
Okay, they're everywhere at the moment because in England, we're fed a steady diet of that you guys are gun-toting lunatics. I'm not kidding. Well, we think America's a crazy place, but of course they've come out there for the World Cup, and now they've seen what the country's like for themselves, and there's a barrage of videos of Brits and Europeans absolutely going berserk at how friendly you guys are and how wonderful the country basically is. Total shock to the system. They have no idea. The media, did you know, I had no idea that Ronald Reagan had a sense of humor. What we were fed in the UK was that he was just basically an idiot. But I've heard some of the jokes.
I think you went silent again.
Yeah. It mutes everything.
Yeah, well, Ronald Reagan did movies with the monkeys.
With a what, sorry?
I said Ronald Reagan did movies with a chimpanzee, so how serious can he be? Bedtime for Beppo, I think it was called, or something like that.
Yeah.
Back when he was an actor.
Yes. But I heard some of the jokes that he told now, things that he did when he was around. I think he had a really good sense of humor. I had no idea he was a funny guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he had to be. He was. I think they said being an actor and everything, that likability is kind of what helped him get elected to begin with. So
yeah,
I don't know the rest of the world's view on him, but he came across as kind of likable over here.
Man, in the UK, we were fed 24/7 that man knew nothing.
Wow.
Which might have been true, but what you often judge someone is their sense of humor. And I had no idea he was such a joker. Yeah, man, he told some really good jokes that I've since discovered on social media.
Yeah, well, that's, I guess you only get until you're there, which is why, again, it circles back to what you were saying. The authenticity of what you can put in a comic. Like I've mentioned, that I had a career in law enforcement, and I'll see some comics where, again, I guess it's from what people have seen on TV and stuff like that, and you can't have every career, and a lot of these things, no one has worked as a Jedi, so it's understandable that has to be written just by whoever, but with crime fighting, maybe someone who had a experience in law enforcement might be able to give you something a little bit more accurate on that. And yeah, in that career, as I said in one of our other streams, is the fact that I had time to bring customers to the jail and get to know the corrections officers. And when I did the Big House Blues comic, it was well researched. From the Big House Blues comic, for anyone who doesn't know, is the superheroes are corrections officers, and it's a giant prison for supervillains. And again, that's a lot of time going to the jails, talking to the corrections officers. I had enough there to be able to do that book authentically. And again, that's a 4-issue miniseries, all available on the current Kickstarter. I'm shilling like I'm supposed to be doing. You can get all 4 issues of that in this Kickstarter. Just make it an add-on, and you'll have all those. You'll have that entire series. Just popping back to the Kickstarter to see where we're at.
Okay, let me bring that up.
Yep, we're at 191, 19% funded. 5 backers. I'm going to thank the people who backed so far in case they're watching.
Nice.
Yeah, we did get someone on pledging for the digital deluxe, so he'll get all 30 of our past ThunderZone releases, including your Supercross issues and the How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone, my 4 issues of Nature Man and Big House Blues, Nigel's The Squad. Got Ezekiel. I don't know if he's in watching live, but he was in the ThunderZone chat before, and he had Chronicles of the Metaversal. He has a book. Your fellow Singaporean? Is that?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Kerry says here, it's a great cover. The angle really has your eyes excited on where to look first.
Yeah.
So she's probably going to buy that one. Dan, show some pages on the Kickstarter.
Yeah, that is something that I was going to do prior to launch last week, and I was having problems on my Kickstarter page, but that is definitely something that we have to add into the campaign to have those sample pages. Let's see. Story. Could do that right now. Why not? Live. Let's see. I'll go after the covers. And
Okay,
right.
While you do that, okay, everyone watching, I'm going to run the trailer for Guys with Powers, and we'll be back here in a couple of minutes. Let's take a look at Guys with Powers, kind of in action, you could say.
New York's been quiet, too quiet. But when smoke rises, Cosmos brings the fire. GWP, yeah, we rise from the block. Guys with powers on the move, time to put smoke on lock. He running drugs, running guns, think he can't be stopped. We the mega hero squad and we taking that shot. GWP, yeah, the city gon' see. When Cosmos calls the plate, that's a whole new league. New York in the business, but we fight as a team. Guys with powers, baby, welcome to the regime. Cosmos in the sky, that's hell on the lead. Cosmic energy crackling like a star going free. He the brain, he the plan, he the calm in the heat. When the city's on the line, he the one you wanna meet. Jazz, take the sellers, yeah, she burning like a nova. Radioactive girl, turn the block into a supernova. She flying through the night with that isotope glow. If you dealing in the shadows, she gon' let that fire flow. Phase in the cut, tear shifting through the planes. Multi-dimensional mind, chaos energy in his veins. Weapons disappear, nah, they ain't coming back. He drop them in the void like a one-way track. Dominico on the bias, yeah, he built like a tank. Skin tough like amber, strength heavy like a bank. You can shoot, you can swing, you can pray, you can run, but he's standing in the doorway like I'm not the one. Then the twins hit the scene, Trey and Shamika. Turbo twins moving fast like a double feature. 5 feet apart, nah, that's when they lose it. But side by side, they unstoppable bruisers. Flip kick combo, 2-person flow. Second gen heroes with a legacy to show. Buyers, sellers, villains, everybody getting checked. When the walkers hit the block, that's respect. Yeah, we rise from the block. Guys with powers on the move, time to put smoke on lock. He running drugs, running guns, think he can't be stopped. But we the mega hero squad and we taking that shot. GW, yeah, the city gon' see. When Cosmos calls the play, that's a whole new league. New York in the business, but we fight as a team. Guys with powers, baby, welcome to the regime.
Yeah, we're live. So I suppose we saw some preview art in that trailer.
Yeah, but I have the
degree.
pages up now. If you want to do the share screen, I'll go through them.
So let me add that to the stage. We can take a look.
Oh, I have to refresh the page. Hold on.
Oh, my brother just dropped in a comment. Very interesting insight. Surprised about the Harlem Globetrotters. Yes, Dan, we had no idea they were from Chicago.
There you go.
No, man, we bought that in UK. We bought that hook, line, and sinker. We thought those guys were from Harlem.
You know, actually, in that law enforcement career I had, when I started, one of the guys, one of the other officers, was a former Globetrotter.
Wow.
That was something to see. He was a tall guy, and he was working now as a police officer. But previous to that, he had been a Harlem Globetrotter.
Nice.
Go figure. But all right, so I'll just show off these sample pages. Again, Ron Williams doing the art, Tio Pinheiro doing the colors, Ray provided the script, and Francisco Zamora had done the lettering. This is some reference I had sent Ron with Bedford Stuyvesant, or Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, as we call it. So, you know, it's not just like random Manhattan, which even some comic artists will just do skyscrapers. It's not particularly Manhattan. Yeah. But, and here we have who you are drawing and who Raul drew, Cosmos. Popping into a donut shop, which we see there's a secret passage in the donut shop to a elevator going downwards to the GWP headquarters. We got Cosmos. PHAZE is a character who lives in multiple dimensions at once. So he's here in our dimension, but he's also seeing a whole bunch of different realities at one time. Dominico, who's a big, strong, bulletproof guy of the group. Radioactive Girl, she can fly and shoot radioactive fire. And the Turbo Twins, Trey and Shamika, who, as long as they are within 5 feet of each other, you're unable to defeat them. As long as they're 5 feet within each other, mostly acrobatic fighting, kind of like the best thing I can go towards is like tag team 2-person maneuvers that you might see in WWE, where they team up to do different moves. Think a little of that.
And they're related to Cosmo, right?
What was that?
They're related to Cosmo.
Yeah, they are the niece and nephew of Cosmo, and Cosmo could fly, shoot cosmic bolts, and he was the leader of another team with the Turbo Twins' parents. And, you know, I won't spoil anything like that because we get into an explanation of that in the story. But,
Nice.
yeah, this people can, you know, blow up at home and see I have everybody's names, powers, basically kind of a roll call where, you know, if you need a scorecard at home, this double-page spread will do that for you. So I think it was Paige Alfred, actually, who I have another campaign in pre-launch, Earthfall, which is, I guess, 10 indie publishers all getting together for a story. So we all have 7 pages in this book, Earthfall. So, yeah, on my Facebook, which is under my name, which is on this Kickstarter here, which is also on your screen under my picture right now as I'm talking, I have a link for that pre-launch. So people can kind of sign up. Well, I'll tell you, here's your game plan. Go over to the GWP Kickstarter, pledge for that, and then go over to the Earthfall Kickstarter and just click notify me upon launch. And then you'll be able to get...
You know, that sounds familiar. I think I've seen that somewhere.
Yeah, I had it on my Facebook.
Okay, that's where I've seen it.
Yeah, Alfred Page has Chess, who is his superhero group. They're part of it. My Death Squad from Argo Comics is part of it. And Nigel is actually in there with his Celtic clan.
Right.
So, yeah, there are a number of publishers who all have 7 pages each in this kind of an alien invasion story.
Nice.
So, yeah, if you search Earthfall, it'll be the first one that shows up, but it's in pre-launch. So we have this Kickstarter live right now, and hopefully we'll gain some momentum with this one into the Earthfall campaign as well.
Yeah, Paige has a character called Blowtorch.
Yes.
I like that guy. Yeah, it's a good character, that.
Yeah, we actually have one cover with Paige's Pinpoint character. That's another character he has, Pinpoint.
Yeah, Pinpoint, yeah.
And he's kind of like fighting Sensei X from my Death Squad team. I guess it should have a little note like this scene does not actually occur in the comic because they're both teaming up against these aliens. But it was a fun cover nonetheless.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Well, I did my basic inks to let's have a look. 1 second. I completed the basics. I would like to do a full render on it, but probably not enough time. But so this is how he's turned out.
Oh, great. Yeah, very dynamic. Like I said, that's a great pose. And you got some depth.
So
there.
like
Foreshortening.
we'll just have a quick recap. I always start with a skeleton. Then we flesh out. Then we make sure we know the dimensions. We get our trajectories in. Then what I call detail, which is the basic sketch. Then after that, you can switch off all of this. You can do your inking. And I put the power on a separate layer. Yep. And
Yeah,
that's a segue. I'm just going to play a trailer for the art book we've got coming out. Back here in a minute to wrap up. But let me just play the trailer for the art book that goes through this process with lots of ThunderZone characters. As you'll
Launching
see.
July 4th, right?
That's right. Launching July the 4th. Here we go.
Paying tribute and great homage to the United States of America on its esteemed 250th birthday comes How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone Activity Book, a 188-page activity book that launches on July 4th, 2026. Written and illustrated by Jerome Judge Hinds, president of the Association of Comic Artists Singapore, comes the ultimate tribute to the birthplace that brought to the world the splendor of superheroes and comic books. Jerome is a creator and senior editor at USA-based ThunderZone Comics, and in the book, he shares with you the knowledge and methodologies of his work from over the past 8 years, all neatly wrapped up in a 10-chapter step-by-step tutorial. He covers full-length character construction, studies in hands and feet, secrets in foreshortening with props and weapons wielding, plus penciling techniques, inking, digital coloring, and even comic book cover layouts. It's all here and available in both soft or hardcover. And if you really can't wait to get your hands on the physical thing, there's always the digital guidebook edition available for pre-order now. How to Draw Characters from the ThunderZone Activity Book, with Jerome Judge Hinds launching Independence Day 2026. And available now for digital pre-orders, exclusively from Amazon.com.
Nice one. And Art Comic says, only here for a little bit. I'm at work on my lunch break.
That's
Nice one.
Tony Petrie, the creator of ThunderZone's Angel and the Owl and Angelfish.
The Owl and Angelfish. All right. Okay.
Yes. And he's part of our Thunderstruck story. We won't even go into that right now, but there is another project from ThunderZone, which will be a crossover with a whole bunch of our characters.
Right.
Right?
Okay, good. I'm looking at the total here. Okay, it's got me at 246 Singapore. So it's about what, $200 your side? US?
Yeah, let me just see right here. Go to project overview, dashboard. So yeah, we're at $191, 19% funded, 5 backers, 39 days to go. I mean, I haven't, since I launched it while we're here, I haven't really done any social media posts about the fact that we're live. So I'll have to get through that. I think this is basically coming from just whenever you launch a project, Kickstarter will send a message to past backers saying, oh, Dan Sehn has launched another project. Check it out here. You know, like if you're a past backer. But I mean, if everyone's at work or doing whatever, you may not even see that message until later. but I'll do some social media posts and people will, get the word out, get that, do that shilling as Carrie has recommended. And,
Carrie's a legend.
we will get that going. But yeah, like I said, I love her Radioactive Girl piece. Really
Indeed.
wonderful art.
Okay, we'll take another look at that, shall we? Hang on, yeah. Let's have a look at the fan art that's coming so far. There's Carrie's Radioactive Girl.
Yeah, she did a great job with that black with highlights.
Yeah.
Something I have on a number of characters.
Yeah, spotting is always brings things to life. And that's what I was meant to ask you, Dan. As you can see here with Raul's rendition, he's got like cosmic leggings, right?
Yeah.
Like space. If he was in motion picture, would that be like a fabric? Or would it look like his legs are actually, Infinity from Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Would his legs be portrayed like Infinity or just a fabric that looks like a spacescape?
I think it's more of just a fabric that looks like a spacescape. It's not like a special effect. Like we wouldn't have, like, if it was a live action or animated, there wouldn't be any meteors streaking through it or anything like that. It's just the look of it.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, I would just have to make sure that if that ever did make it live, that it didn't look like glitter or something like that, because you can't walk around in Brooklyn with glitter tights and or Bed-Stuy specifically and make it out alive. I mean, that was a rough area. If you had like Adidas triple stripe pants and Jordan Nikes on you, you'd probably get beat up, being that,
Jesus.
there are two different brands or whatever, and you're not allowed to do that on the streets. So,
right.
You have to either rep one or the other, Adidas and Nikes. But yeah, no, that would just be, like I said, a pattern of stars.
That's a bit. Actually, sorry. I like to put my thing on here so we can see here. I won't go do it straight away, but can you see this? I did a time lapse so we can have a quick.
Oh, okay.
Just a quick build of what we just did.
See how it was built.
Yeah, these are quite useful. Time lapse. And I remember looking at some John Buscema drawings of how he built his characters. And these guys are so good. And
yeah, this is straight out of the How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. That's the exact methodology.
Yeah. That's one of the... I always tell people to buy that book, whether or not you're into comics. You take comics out of the equation. What it teaches you about basic perspective, etc., is incredible. Let's speed this along a bit. Is the inking. And there, I would like to do all that spotting and time permitting. Whoops. Sorry, you're not seeing that on the screen. I just noticed that it's not showing you what. You can see it now.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I would like to spot this totally. But that would take a bit too long. I got to teach. It's now 1:48 here, and I got a class at 9:30 in the morning. But before we go off, let's check back in on the Kickstarter and see how we're doing. I think I just backed it.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Let's see. I'll just refresh it here. Yeah, we got up to 277 now with 27% funded. So we are
Wow.
on our way.
Oh, so I did check. Oh, so you put it over 39 days, yeah?
Yeah,
Bit
I
over
put
a
it
month.
on a 40-day campaign.
Right. Good. Okay, so it's all hands on deck now to sell, to pledge. Nice one. Okay, Dan, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No, just for everyone to just please go check out the Kickstarter. And like I said, we have those covers now, the sample pages. If there's any questions upon pledging, you could always shoot those over in a message to me on Kickstarter. But yeah, like I said, just the book is done, so people can pledge with confidence that they are going to get their book in a timely manner. And I appreciate you having me on the show.
No problem, Dan. It's a pleasure as always. We just have a sneak peek back at what I've been doing here for this launch. And here, drawing Cosmos. So I'll just go from I'll zoom in. You know, when I do my art show, I always got to remember to zoom in. So quite brandless, those trainers. I'll have to fix that probably. You are trainers, guys, so maybe you could tell me what he's wearing. I get a reference. And oh, I should have spotted inside his mouth. Hang on. I think I can drop a black in here. That looks better.
Yeah, no, it's looking fantastic. I think that has to be a pinup in one of these issues of the book.
Okay, nice one. Cool. See, I'm struggling to save there. It's because of the time lapsing that I'm doing. So nice one. So I'm going to run a couple more trailers as well for the other shows we have here on Madness Entertainment Group. Then we're going to finish with the animation again. And maybe we can meet back here again for the countdown for the end of the campaign.
Well, or yeah, we should do that. Maybe either that or I get on to one of the late night art attacks, because if Raul is watching, Raul, we miss you.
I think Raul works shift.
Miss you.
So you won't be asleep.
Instead of what's with you, miss you, I'm going with miss you, miss you.
We're not that he's Raul and T.
Oh yeah.
It's what I say. What's happening with thee, Raul and T? No, Raul and T. What's happening with thee?
I'm always waiting for a voice on the in the background to go, "I'm pitiful who don't have me on the show." I'm waiting to see T show up. Where is Mr. T?
Oh, dear.
It's Raul and Mr. T. Hey, Raul, let me get on.
T is his girlfriend, actually. I'm not sure who T is.
I thought it was Mr. T. Let me get on the screen, fool.
Classic stuff, man. So again, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm having a look at the trailers. I'll see you all back here later tonight with Raul. And thanks so much for tuning in for the guys with PHAZE Kickstarter launch here with Dan Sehn, Dan the Man from ThunderZone Comics. I'll see you all back here at 1 a.m. tonight. Saturday morning early to you, but 1 p.m. for me here in Singapore, which is much more of a civil hour. What? Yeah, we've been here for 1 hour 49 minutes. I didn't realize it was that long.
All right.
Yeah. So enjoy these trailers. I'll see you back here later. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Super Saturday's Draw Along welcomes you to Jungle June. That's right. Join Jerome Hinds here on the Madness Entertainment Group for a month of tutorials on how to draw some of the best-known heroes from the land of rainforest. Black Panther, Shana the She-Devil, Khazar, and Zabu. And of course, the king of the jungle, Tarzan. That's Jungle June with Jerome Hinds on Super Saturday's Draw Along.
Previously on Late Night Art Attack.
New York's been quiet, too quiet. But when smoke rises, Cosmos brings the fire. GWP, yeah, we rise from the block. Guys with powers on the move, time to put smoke on lock. He running drugs, running guns, think he can't be stopped. We the mega hero squad and we taking that shot. GWP, yeah, the city gon' see. When Cosmos calls the plate, that's a whole new league. New York in the business, but we fight as a team. Guys with powers, baby, welcome to the regime. Cosmos in the sky, that's hell on the league. Cosmic energy crackling like a star going free. He the brain, he the plan, he the calm in the heat. When the city's on the line, he the one you wanna meet. Jazz, take the sellers, yeah, she burning like a nova. Radioactive girl, turn the block into a supernova. She flying through the night with that isotope glow. If you dealing in the shadow, she gon' let that fire flow. Low phase in the cut, tear shifting through the planes. Multi-dimensional mind, chaos energy in his veins. Weapons disappear, nah, they ain't coming back. He drop them in the void like a one-way track. Dominico on the bias, yeah, he built like a tank. Skin tough like amber, strength heavy like a bank. You can shoot, you can swing, you can pray, you can run, but he's standing in the doorway like I'm not the one. Then the twins hit the scene, Trey and Shamika. Turbo twins moving fast like a double feature. 5 feet apart, nah, that's when they lose it. But side by side, they unstoppable bruisers. Flip, kick, combo, 2-person flow. Second gen heroes with a legacy to show. Buyers, sellers, villains, everybody getting checked. When the walkers hit the block, that's respect. GW, yeah, we rise from the block. Guys with powers on the move, time to put smoke on lock. He running drugs, running guns, think he can't be stopped. But we the mega hero squad and we taking that shot. GW, yeah, the city gon' see. When Cosmos calls the play, that's a whole new league. New York in the business, but we fight as a team. Guys with powers, baby, welcome to the regime.